Hi, it's Angelina DeWeese again. This is video number 3 of my 30-day video series called From Cocaine to Carrots. It's my personal journey. A personal journey in life through the darkest times to the greatest successes. And so we're at age 10 in my life. And age 10 was another one of those pivotal moments. We moved from a small town to St. Louis. And when we moved to St. Louis, I still stayed living in the closet. From the last video, you know that that is not figuratively, that is literal. I was literally living. I wanted to live in the closet. I didn't like my bedroom. I chose a little closet that was underneath the steps. It was kind of up almost 4 feet off the ground, and I would look in it. It was this big, long, giant closet. I would do my homework there. I would draw pictures there. I would bring in my baby sister in there. Everything I wanted to do. So I was hiding out. Well, age 11, some more things started to happen. At age 11, actually, do I have any pictures? Oh, no, I don't. But at age 11, some things started happening at school that weren't so good, and we'll speed that up though. Age 13, another pivotal year where my parents got divorced. Now, the things happen, right? Parents get divorced. But as a child, it did affect me. I felt so sad, so embarrassed, and I actually told my mom that my dad was having an affair. I had to tell her. She was not happy. So it was a really hard thing to do, and a really hard thing to watch my mother being so upset, my father being so upset, and him eventually moving out. Well, again, I decided that you can't trust anyone. They aren't going to be there for you. Things change. So I had more and more evidence as to how the world sucked, and it wasn't going to get any better anytime soon. Now, when I was in 14, I was a freshman in high school. This is my first year of high school, and I remember it was one of my first slumber parties. I'd stayed the night with a group of friends, and I flipped out pretty much. After that point, I started to yell at my mom. I would be mean and angry. I would skip school. I would sneak out. Everything that you could do to possibly upset your mother, you do. And that's what I started doing. Well, eventually, I also started doing lots of other things to hurt myself. I started drinking more. I started to eat lots of bad foods. I remember hiding oatmeal cream pies under my pillow. I was addicted to sugar. My favorite meal was a white bagel with American cheese, microwaved with ranch dressing, and I would come home and eat that almost every night. I hated everything. Now, on the other flip side, I was getting outstanding achievement awards at school. But at home, I hated life. And at night, I was crazy. I'd snuck out with the guy next door. He was twice my age. It was lots of fun, but not so good. My mom would pull me out of different places. And I started getting sick. Now, I was a pretty sick child. I was always sick at least 1 month in the winter with bronchitis. But this started to get worse, so I would get sick for 1.5 months every year, and then 2 months. And then my freshman year, I missed 54 days of school. Now, I have to tell you, 54 days of school, it was not just being sick. Sometimes I'd party too much, sometimes I didn't feel like it, sometimes I would skip school. Who knows what was happening, but I was flipping out. Now, really the truth is that when someone starts to create habits that are destructive, they're trying to avoid some kind of pain. Now, age 15 started to just make that bigger and bigger and bigger. So at age 15, I started to hang around a certain group of people. Now, what I tell my clients is that whoever you hang around, you can count your 5 closest people in your life. The 5 closest people to you, if you add up their bank account, if you look at their marital status, their kids, the way that they live their life and what's important to them, and you added it all up together and averaged it, that is who you become with those 5 people. So my 5 people radically changed, and so did I. These people loved drugs. They loved alcohol. They loved being bad. And their family lives were not good. So guess what happened? I joined them. Well, here I am at age 15. Now I look pretty innocent, right? Well, not so much. I wasn't too innocent. The truth is that a lot of things were going on at age 15. I was trying at school to be a great student. I even tried out for cheerleading. During my cheerleading tryouts, it had been the first time that I ever worked so hard for something. I thought to myself, if I can be a cheerleader, maybe my life will turn around. Maybe I'll be as happy as they seem. So I tried out. I walked into the gymnasium. There were these 4 judges and my heart was beating so fast and I'm so nervous. I mean, so nervous. So I start doing my cheers. I'm like, yes, yes. Oh, I fall on the ground and again, I'm humiliated. I pick myself back up. I finish the cheer. Well, a couple hours later, I go out to the roster and my name is not on it. And I decided I don't need them anyway. I'm not a team player. I'll do it by myself. So in that moment, I didn't want to feel pain, so I made them wrong. Something must have been wrong with them. They didn't see my greatness, right? So I became independent. And that year I also had sex with my boyfriend for the first time. This is age 15. So I wanted to really show people that I was in charge, I was independent, and I was in control. Well, he cheated on me with 2 of my best friends. So I showed him, I went and beat them up. I remember walking into school straight towards her locker. I had fake nails, so I bit them off as fast as you could, just like an animal. And I walked up and I grabbed her by the neck and just started pounding her head. Now, those of you who know me, you know that I'm not like that. But at that time of my life, I had so much anger and resentment that it came out on her. So, the next video is when I did my first line and what that was like. That was age 16. So age 15, I'm drinking, I'm smoking, I'm sick a lot, I'm missing school, I don't have very good support models, I'm definitely not listening to my mother or my father, and life just feels like a disaster. So, guess what one does? One does more bad stuff. So, let me share with you in the next video what happens. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Angelina DeWeese signing off for video number 3. Hey, this is Angelina DeWeese